This is something that the news hasn't talked about, but there was a fan attending the World Cup game in Mexico City that claimed to have seen what they described as a mannequin person. Now, Santos, a young man from Mexico City, said that him and his friend were at the Azteca Stadium. Said they wandered off to use the restroom, and at some point in time, he had separated from his friend. Well, he was able to get a hold of him on the phone, and he told him to come meet him. So as he's standing there waiting for his friend near the bathrooms, he said he looked over and he connected eyes with a strange man. He was leaning up against the wall, sort of with his body contorted. And he said as he looked at his face, he didn't have any eyes. He didn't have a mouth. He didn't have a nose. There was just skin covering the eye sockets and covering the mouth hole. He said he kind of locked onto him and noticed that this guy was making very erratic movements. He turns his head and he looks again, and the guy is gone. But he sees his friend coming around the corner, and his friend comes up to him and is like, "Hey, did you see that guy that looked like a mannequin?" And both of them had seen the exact same thing at the stadium. And what's interesting is not too far from the stadium, there have been a couple of sightings of these mannequin people. Now, there was another man named Fuji. Fuji said he was having a party at his house, and he invited some friends over. Well, his friends were running late, so he had the front door open. He said he started to hear this loud commotion coming from outside. They were screaming and yelling. And all of a sudden, he sees his friends run into the front door. And they are terrified. And they're like, "There is a man outside that looks like a mannequin." And he's like, "What are you talking about? You guys are messing with me." Said, "No, there's this guy out there that looks like a mannequin." So he goes out the front door. And he said, sure enough, standing in the street was this man with his arms behind his back, kind of twisted. And he said this man didn't have any facial features. He had no eyes. He had no mouth. And he looked like a mannequin. And he said that's when this man started to run away. Except he was walking on his tiptoes, sideways. He said this man ran into an abandoned home that was a couple houses down. And so he goes over to his friends. And he said, someone's got to be playing a trick on us. Like, we need to confront this guy. So him and his friends, they walk over to this abandoned house. And they could see that the gate is padlocked. So they jump over the fence. And they went to the door and they started banging. Like, "Hey, come out here. Like, why are you messing with us?" And that's when they look in the upstairs window. And there is the man with his head turned down looking at them. So they take off running. And they were completely terrified that he would return. And after that, he'd never seen this thing again. But he definitely felt something was off about that house. And in the same general area near the stadium, there was another report of an older gentleman who was working late one night. And he left about 12:30 to walk home. And as he's walking these dark streets,